Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. How the trial of the decade shaped public opinion. More than merely a high-stakes defamation lawsuit between two Hollywood celebrities, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's courtroom entrance marked the start of a global phenomenon that enthralled millions of people. This case was more than just legal disputes. It turned into a spectacle that drew the public into a divisive and intensely personal fight, making it difficult to distinguish between entertainment and fact. What began as a lawsuit swiftly expanded into a more comprehensive analysis of public perception, power, and celebrity. Heard, a rising voice in the Me Too movement, squared up against Depp, the adored actor best remembered for his parts in Pirates of the Caribbean and Edward Scissorhands. Both sides accused the other of manipulation and abuse. The public's perception of the celebrities they believed they knew was altered as a result of the fervent debates that took place on social media platforms between fans and onlookers. In the digital era, where every tweet, meme, and video clip has the power to influence viewers' opinions, the trial served as a window into the intersection of celebrity, personal narratives, and the court of public opinion. This case was more than simply a court case. It demonstrated how quickly public opinion can be swayed, which has had a long-lasting impact on our perceptions of justice, truth, and stardom. Con 1. The history from matrimony to court case. When Amber Heard filed for divorce from Johnny Depp in 2016 and obtained a restraining order against him, the public drama between the two began. She made allegations of domestic abuse, sparking a contentious debate in the media and around the globe. The past of Depp and Heard came under close examination, and in the years that followed, several lawsuits were filed. In 2018, after being called a wife-beater by The Sun in the United Kingdom, Depp filed a lawsuit. Despite losing that case, Johnny sued Heard in Virginia for defamation when she wrote an opinion piece in The Washington Post in 2018 about her abuse experience. This trial invited millions of people to comment on a judicial dispute and created a global platform for previously unheard-of public discussion and media coverage, bringing attention to issues of celebrity, gender dynamics, and credibility. 2. The influence of public opinion. Public opinion started to have a big role in how the Depp-Heard case was seen. Depp's decades-long career had already made him extremely popular, and his fans were quick to start social media campaigns in support of him. On social media sites like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, movements like Justice for Johnny gained popularity, demonstrating how public opinion may influence the storyline of a case. Heard also had admirers, many of whom saw her as a champion for survivors of domestic abuse and women's rights. This disagreement demonstrated that public opinion can occasionally have a greater impact than court decisions. Online forums were used by both sides' supporters to debate and spread their viewpoints, resulting in a complicated environment where views on the issue occasionally trumped the facts as they were presented in court. 3. The special impact of social media on trial watching. In this instance, social media played a previously unheard-of role, expanding its reach well beyond conventional news coverage. Trial footage, analysis, and real-time reactions were gathered on platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Millions of people saw courtroom interactions, frequently interacting with altered and widely shared snippets that were released just hours after the original material. Every day, legal experts, armchair analysts, and influencers shared their thoughts online, and a new movement known as trial watching emerged. In a manner never before available to the general public, fans, content producers, and even experts analyzed the events of each day, evaluating tone, body language, and arguments. A digital trial by jury resulted from the influence of social media, where public interpretations and verdicts frequently went viral, influencing opinions before the verdict was even rendered. 4. Changing celebrity reputations and the battle for credibility. Given the extreme public scrutiny that both Depp and Heard were subjected to, credibility was crucial to the case. Depp, who is renowned for his iconic and varied roles, attempted to restore his reputation through legal action when accusations harmed it. His supporters rushed to his defense, defending his portrayal as a sincere, albeit imperfect person, and painting him as the victim of unfounded charges. Meanwhile, Heard was the target of public criticism that seemed to get worse with each contradictory or ambiguous utterance. At first, she was seen as a supporter of victims of abuse, but her evidence and demeanor in court cast doubt on her credibility. Due to changes in how both parties were perceived by supporters, critics, and the general public, the case brought to light the brittleness of celebrity reputations and the erratic nature of popular opinion. 5. A gender-based discussion on abuse and power structures. The case's ability to spark conversations about abuse, power, and gender was among its most notable features. Supporters of Depp viewed him as representative of male survivors of domestic abuse, highlighting the problem of men being abused and manipulated that is frequently disregarded. On the other hand, Heard's defenders contended that the negative reaction to her trial brought to light the obstacles that women have when reporting abuse, such as harassment and public skepticism. As a result, the case became a stand-in for larger discussions about how society perceives abuse from a gender perspective. Discussions about how men and women feel and report abuses differently were sparked by conversations about the prejudices that are present toward male and female abuse survivors. Given that both sexes may suffer in silence as a result of social expectations, this aspect of the case highlighted the significance of treating abuse claims with tact. 6. Implications for public reactions and the Twice Me Too movement. The Twice Me Too movement, which had received international attention only a few years prior, was significantly impacted by the Depp-Heard trial. Since the movement pushed survivors to come out and speak up, others saw Heard's charges as a direct result of it. But as the case progressed, detractors contended that Twice Me Too had to find a middle ground between assisting victims and guaranteeing an impartial inquiry into every allegation. While some Depp supporters contended that the movement's presumptions had become unduly severe, others were concerned that Heard's criticism might deter other women from coming forward. As a result, the trial came to represent the movement's multifaceted effects, highlighting its significance in raising awareness, as well as the necessity of closely examining each case to prevent unnecessary injury or to undermine sincere claims. 7. The decision and its consequences. Contradictory responses and novel views. Both parties obtained some sort of monetary recompense at the end of the trial, but Depp received a larger damages award, which many saw as a partial victory for him. Particularly in the eyes of his admirers, who believed he had partially restored his damaged reputation, Depp saw this decision as a moment of vindication. Heard expressed dissatisfaction, seeing the result as a blow to survivors' rights to tell their stories and freedom of speech. Despite the fact that the case permanently altered their public personalities, both actors made an effort to rehabilitate their lives and careers in the aftermath. While Heard has struggled to regain her reputation in Hollywood, Depp has experienced a rise in popularity and new chances as a result of the verdict. This outcome showed how court decisions, particularly in well-known instances, don't always change public opinion. Rather, they become a part of the intricate story that shapes how viewers understand the legacies of these individuals. In conclusion, the trial of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard will continue to be one of the most talked-about celebrity court cases of our time. It was a spectacular story, that spread beyond the courtroom and into the public sphere. Beyond the decision, it demonstrated the complexity of public opinion and the ways in which social media has changed the way in which we interact with stories about celebrities. The case brought to light the difficulties of handling private issues in the public view, as well as the possible benefits and drawbacks of celebrity. The trial's outcome was a turning moment in Depp and Heard's lives and careers, but for viewers, it brought up more complex issues of gender, justice, and the changing norms of accountability in the narrated Me Too era. This case will be remembered not only as a court case, but also as a moment that shaped attitudes toward truth, reputation, and the price of celebrity because of its enduring influence on social and cultural discussions. The case serves as a potent reminder of the weight that comes with being in the spotlight, and how one's personal troubles may turn into the stage for the entire globe as the public moves on. Let us know in the comments what you think about the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, how the trial of the decade shaped public opinion, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.